Hey, it's Ray Steele. Hope you like this, and please hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it. Hooray for Hollywood, just a few miles east of Hollywood. But some of the pictures that you can see here in Indiana, here in central Indiana, for the next week and a half or so, you might see them getting the big trophies in Hollywood come next year. The Heartland International Film Festival is back, and Jessica Chapman, Director of Marketing for the Film Festival, is here to talk about it. How you doing?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having us.
Almost here.
Yes, it's opening day. It's tomorrow, so we're so excited. We couldn't be more happy. We have 11 days of films and 115 films at our festival.
Is that more than you had last year?
It is a lot of films. Yeah, that is a ton of films. We have so many, and you know what? We actually decided to cut back a little bit this year because we're going to do more screenings of each film. So we felt like we couldn't get them all in where, you know, we had people wanting to see them multiple times or invite their friends out. So now we have about 2 to 3 screenings of each film in our festival.
How difficult is it to get a film approved to be shown at the Heartland Film Festival?
We get over about 1,000 submissions, so we've really narrowed it down to the best of the best films for this festival, and it takes a process about like 4 times of watching it with different groups before it makes it to this final stage.
And some we'll talk about the Hoosier connection to a lot of these films as well. But again, this is a chance for people to see independent films. These are not usually big budget, but these are a lot of films that are going to get a lot of attention come awards time. Yeah,
we have 20 award contending films these are more of the bigger studio type films where you're getting preview looks before, you know, anyone else in the world is really getting the chance to see them. And those are those ones that you're going to see some really big names behind it. We have My Policeman with Harry Styles, which is about forbidden love. We have Empire of Light with Olivia Colman, and that takes place at this beautiful old art cinema. And we have 2 films actually with Sadie Sink, and we have a lot of Stranger Things fans out there. So that's with Dear Zoe, as well as The Whale, which is our closing night film, and that is already sold out.
And that's unfortunate because Brendan Fraser, that's his big, I don't want to call it a comeback. I feel weird calling it a comeback for Brendan Fraser, but he's been kind of out of the spotlight for a while, and now he's getting rave reviews for The Whale.
It's been called the Renaissance right now, the coming back
did you
of
come
him.
up with that? Marketing director?
No, I didn't. Okay. Someone did though. It's true though. It's a really powerful, incredible film. It's sold out to over 530 people at our festival. So there's a big, demand for that type of film. And we also though will have other screenings that sell out. So I really encourage you to purchase your tickets now. Yeah,
that's why you should get your tickets early, because you think you'll have a chance to at the last minute. And with The Whale, at least, you won't. Now, speaking of last minute, as we air this, tomorrow night, opening night, the big opening screening is one that I knew was coming on Apple TV, but I forgot that it was premiering here, and that is this fantastic new documentary on Louis Armstrong.
Yeah, so this is just this really beautiful documentary, and we're so excited to be able to showcase it here first. Again, you're going to be able to see it about a month before, you can watch on TV, so you can tell your friends you saw something before them. But we're going to have this really cool evening. We have a 20-foot red carpet that you can take photos on, and then we have a live performance actually of all of his greatest hits that'll be playing as people enter. And then we also have really cool water bottles that we're going to give out. So it's just going to be a really cool celebratory event starting out the festival.
It's called Louis Armstrong's Black and Blues. Check it out. And what's the Indiana connection, you ask? April 6, 1923, Jeanette Records, Richmond, Indiana. That's where Louis Armstrong, as a member of King Oliver's Creole Jazz Band, recorded a cornet solo, played the cornet before he became famous on the trumpet, and the rest is history. That was his star turn. Happened here in Indiana.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's
we're excited to have that Hoosier connection, along with Brendan Fraser was actually born in Indianapolis.
Yes.
So we have our opening and closing night have those Indianapolis connections.
And in between, you've got a lot of Indiana Spotlight films that Spotlight Indiana.
Yeah.
Feature Hoosier filmmakers, stuff like that too.
Yeah, so we have 11 Indiana Spotlight films, and they will each have multiple screens throughout the festival, and many of which will have filmmakers attending for Q&As. But this is just a really cool opportunity to see these filmmakers who, they could be your next door neighbor. Sometimes you see stories that you've never heard about. Sometimes you see stories that, are about the people that you know and love already. So it's just a really cool to see Indianapolis captured on film. And one of those films is State of the Unity, which talks about this couple that is in a band together, and they just decided to travel to all 50 states and sing about bringing people together. And that was just their mission, was just to really bring people together through music and just change their perspective and open them up to talking to new people. So it's pretty cool to see Hoosiers going out there and just trying to make the world a better place.
And trying to see, I saw the trailer for that movie because you sent it to me, and trying to bring people together, especially now.
Yeah,
when
exactly.
It's so difficult to bring everybody together. So
yeah.
that is a fascinating concept. You also, if you're a baseball fan, I know we're getting late in baseball season, the playoffs are about to happen, but you have a triple play, as you put it, of
Yes.
baseball-themed movies, including one we featured here on WRTV already. Brad Brown did a great piece on a film about the life of Hoosier pitcher Carl Erskine.
Yeah, so we have 3 baseball movies all playing at Newfields this Saturday. And we have The Best We've Got, the Carl Erskine story. And that's just a really beautiful story about Carl Erskine and what he did through his baseball career, but also just in his life for the community and for Special Olympics Indiana and Special Olympics as a whole. So some people may know the back end story of that, but it does a really good job of just covering his whole life. And then right after that, we have the world premiere of Rally Caps, which is a really sweet story about this little boy who is just really struggling after the loss of his dad and going through an injury, but he's in a baseball camp, and it's just this really, really cute kind of summer baseball film. Mm-hmm. And then after that, we have, if you're a Yogi Berra fan, we have a film all about him and his yogiisms, as we like to call them. That's a documentary, and the filmmaker will be attending. So we have, filmmakers, 150 of them attending, and they're here for Q&As. And that's really kind of the best part of the magic of the festival, is getting to hear from those filmmakers, get a little bit of the background of each of the stories, and to ask those questions.
And you get to see these people, before perhaps they win an Oscar or a Golden Globe next year. So 115 plus films. You got 5 venues, from the Can all the way down to the historic Art Craft Theater. Have you been to the Art Craft Theater before?
Yes, it's beautiful. And this is their 100th anniversary.
Yes, we did something on that a little bit ago. It's just a fabulous place to see a movie.
Yeah, it's incredible. And we really try to pair some cool films with it that makes sense for that venue. We have a film all about pinball, and and another film all about Pez. So just some fun kind of throwback films are going to be played there.
Now, you're doing some virtual offerings too, so there are some of these films that you'll be able to buy and watch from home, but you're not doing as many of those as you are the in-person screenings at the theaters.
Yeah, so many of them will be available virtually. There will be some films that are only available in person, especially some of those bigger name films. Those will only have one in-person screening.
All right, so get out to the theater and go see a movie, and go see some great movies at the Heartland International Film Festival, heartlandfilm.org.
Heartlandfilmfestival.org.
Heartlandfilmfestival.org. We've got it at WRTV.com as well. Check them out and check out some great movies, October 6th through the 16th. Jessica Chapman, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.